And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Let's try and take care of these ones, new, clear, and exit. So I'm going to just exit out. Now the first thing I want to do is let's come right down here and just enter. Let's define, I'm going to call that iClear. And for iClear, it's going to be inside self there. For iClear, that will be easy. So let's just say self.canvas.delete. My canvas dot delete. That will be all. So that should take care of iClear. If there's anything in there, that should get rid of it. Now I'm going to have to make sure call that. Then the next one is going to be, let's call that. Undo that. This function, I'm going to call this new canvas. New canvas. Okay, and I'm going to enter this very new canvas. That's going to be inside self and right. Let's copy this because I'm going to need it as well. Copy and come right down here. Let's paste that here. And the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to get the background. I think I already have my background color. Copy the background color, come right down here. There, and that is going to be my canvas. So paste that first and let's grab my canvas. Yeah, and I will paste that inside. Let's assign whatever background that is selected. Okay, should be changed. That's it. Okay, so whatever color background selected, that should be changed with this. Okay, and let's see. Supposing, okay, let's change this. If I want it to be white, okay, let's say change it to white, and I can always change this. Let's change that to white, ash, and white is 6 of those. That's 5, 6. There we go. Right, and let's call all of this new canvas iClear. Let's come in here, come right down here to where I have new. That's new. Come out command equals self dot there. And the other one is iClear, so command equals iClear. Copy that, paste that in there, iClear. Right, and here that's exit. So let's just take okay, let's try this out first. Okay, let's run it first just and see how these two will perform. Let's see. I'm going to enter some, let's enter some images in there, and maybe over. Okay, let's try new. Okay, that's good. New is working. Let's try clear. All right, that's fine. Okay, so close that. Okay, the next time I'm going to do, I will include, let's include exit. Okay, you guys know how to take care of exit by now. You've seen that in a lot of my tutorial. So that's exit. Then I need to call this exit. iExit, come right down to okay here and just call iExit. iExit. Okay, if we run that, we should be able to take care of that. Exit, where is it? Alright, we have an error. Let's see what's the error about. iExit, let's go up here. exit is itself. Okay, the screen would not be able to see that, so I'm going to have to move the screen down. Okay, that's got to do with the position. Alright, so let's try that again. Yeah, let's come down here. So that's I exit, so I'm going to run it again, and let's just see. Exit, no. Exit, yes. That is fine. So now let's take care of message, just ordinary message. So I'm going to copy this, and right here I will just create another one. I will call that iMessenger. Okay, as for iMessenger, is going to be inside self, is just to display message on board, and I'm going to call it iMessenger equals whatever. So maybe iMessenger, we can just enter something that will be displayed. So let's get rid of this. Now let's say I show details. Let's say detailed information. About, let's enter Brooke, carried return about working with Canvas. Okay, so that's just show detailed information about working with Canvas, that's all. So I'm going to call that. Let's come right down here. It's going to be inside help, message, help, type. Okay, this is message, come in here. So that's going to be command equals self dot iMessenger. Okay, so let's run it and see that. So that's like just information anyway. Just help, information. I show details about working with Canvas. Okay, I don't want this. Let's change that to information. We have two buttons in there. I'm going to change this to show information. So let's say show info. Okay, let's show info instead of it showing two buttons. Right. Okay, so that you guys can see that. Alright, so let's run it now and see how that's gonna look like now that I've changed it to show information. Okay, there we go. Look at that, and I also have my logo up there, so that's fine. Alright, so let's also take care of the font size. So I'm going to come right underneath here, this canvas. Okay, let's just get rid of this so that you guys can see the rest of it here. That's fine, canvas. Okay, so now underneath here I'm just going to define another one, another function. This function is going to be for, I'm going to use it for every one of those components that I'm going to be using. So the very first one, I'm going to make that a default size or default fonts. Default font is going to be inside self, comma, and I'll just call that, I think I call it with a Q equals 5. Maybe let's say 20 because I have 20 up there already. So in that case, I'm just going to say font size equals Q. Let's grab this, come down here, maybe just change it. Let's change it to about, let's go for about 5. Yeah, 5. Come right down, and the default here is we're going to change to 5, and in that case font size equals Q. There. Now I'm going to have to copy this. Copy, paste. The next one is going to be, I do have a font that is 10, so font 10, so that means this will become 10. I have 14, font 14, so I'm just creating all of the functions now. I'll call them later on. This is 14 as well. Then we have, this will be 14. 10, 14, what else do we have? We have 18, 22. Okay, let's just copy these two. So this will be 18, 18 and 22 here. Then we have 30. No, I don't think we have. Let's see, what do I have inside those fonts? Okay, I have 22, 30, 40. Okay, go back in there. Yeah, 3 more. Grab, yeah, those 3. Come right down, and this will be 30. That's 30 as well. And this is 40. 40 here. We have 50 here. So those are all the fonts that I have. And 50 here. And this one is 22. This is 18. There. So all of those fonts, I'm now going to call them. I'm going to call them inside my, let's call them right here. So the first one is, we have default. So the default one, that's it. Where is defaults? Fonts. There we go. Default. No, there's no default text here. I think I have it in here. Okay. Command equals self dot default. Right. And the rest, this one is going to be command equals font 10. Font equals 10 here. There we go. Now call the other one, that's 14, 14, 18, 22, 30, and so on. So that's 50 here. 40, 30, 22, and 14, no 18, 14 here. So I've called every single one of those fonts. Okay, so all we need to do is just to run it, but before then I might as well just, okay, I can see some errors here. There should be a column here as well. Okay, now let's try it out. The font will show, but we can't do anything yet because I haven't taken care of that. So this one will take it back to white. Right, it's working. Now we need to be able to write on the canvas. Okay, for us to be able to write on the canvas, what I need to do is I'm going to come up here and I will declare the following. Let's say self dot, I'm going to call that position X, There's nothing in position X for now. And I'm also going to declare another one that will be for position Y. There. There is nothing in there as well. But one other thing that we need to do is, while we are up here, might as well get it bound. So let's come down. The self dot my canvas dot bind, and that is going to be as follows. So to get it bind, I'm going to enter an apostrophe less than and greater than, and I will use B1 minus motion, and let's give my, create a method there that I will call Retex. There. Now I'm going to create a function that I'll call Retex, and I'll be able to use this. So let's grab this, and maybe right here anyway. Function Retex. So for function Retex, that's going to be self comma Q, and we now need to call, I'm going to call these two global variables that I have in there. Now for X is going to be Q dot X, and Y is going to be Q dot Y. Okay, now I've assigned those two. Now the next thing that I want is for my canvas, I want you to create lines. So I'm going to call this, just copy this, it's handy, paste it right underneath here, and I need to specify my positions that I want wherever my pen is. The first one is going to be for the X value, the position of my X. Paste that in here. Now we have X, comma, we need position of Y. There we have position of Y. We now want QX and QY, so say comma Q dot X, comma Q dot Y. Okay, we have that. Now the next thing is we now need the width. The width in this case is going to be width equals the font size. Where's the font size? There we go. Copy the font size and paste that in here. That is my width. So the font size is going to be 5, so that's going to be tiny. We can always change it. Then comma, that is going to be fill color, comma fill color. So I'm going to copy all of this and just paste it right there. That is it. So that is my read text. So we now also need to, let's say comma here. We're going to need enough room, so I'm going to say cap style. I'm going to make that round. Okay, then round. That is my cap style, comma, and we also want it to be smooth. Let's say smooth. We're going to say that is true. Right, there we go. And I think that's all for my, I should be able to write now. Okay, so if I run it, because all of the coordinates are in place. I can't see any error. So let's run it and see. Anyway, run. The font is 5, so there we go. Look at that, guys. Haha, that's fine. Now let's try and change the font size. 50. Whoa, yeah. Now let's come in here and change it to 14. Look at that. Let's clear the whole screen and use 10. That's 10. Okay, but what we cannot do now is we cannot change. I think this should work. Yeah, that's fine. I remember taking care of that. We need to be able to change the font color and the background color. We need to be able to do those. I think I'm able to change back color here. No, I can't. Right, so let's see. We can just copy some stuff here that we can use for our background color. Okay, so let's exit out. Exit. Now we need to take care of the colors. Okay, let's take care of the font color. So I'm going to maybe even take care of that right underneath here as well. So I'm going to call it method. Let's say the name is going to be replace font. Replace font, that is going to be inside self there. And for the replace font, this is handy. I'm going to copy all of these and paste it right here. That is for my replace font. Now for the second one, that's going to be, I'm going to call that replace back color. Oh, no, okay, replace BG. And let's change this to BG. As for BG, we need to assign whatever value we replace them, but in the first place, this we need to change this to BG because we have it here anyway. Look at it. So if you want, you can copy that and just paste it right in there. There, BG, that's correct. Self.bg equals my color selector here, and this is going to be BG as well. There we go. And I now need to call my canvas, so it's going to be my canvas, paste my canvas, that will be BG, and in this case is going to be equals self.bg. The BG is the background color. Okay, now that is taken care of, we now need to call all of these. We need to call this as well. So I'm going to copy. Let's scroll right down and have a good look at those lines of code first. Let's go right down, and that is going to be edit. Right, that's background, this font. So that's going to be command equals self dot that is for the font. The other one is going to be command equals BG. I think, oh, let's see, I don't know if it's lowercase or uppercase. Let's see. O is uppercase B, so come right down, else there will be an error. Where is it? There we go. There. Okay guys, let's run it now, and I think we only have just one more to take care of. Okay, so let's come in here, font color, let's change that to red. There we go. And let's change the fonts, the back color to white. Okay, let's change it properly. Let's just select something. No, that's for the font background color. There we go, and let's write something on it. There we go, guys. Look at that. This is a very nice tutorial. I think you guys need to work on this. It's easy and it's brilliant. I'm happy with it. I know it's time consuming, but that's cool. It's alright for those who are willing to learn. For the curious mind, you should enjoy this. Okay, the last one is going to be, it's just for me to be able to type out something. Just for you to show you guys you can type directly on this canvas here. That's just what it's all about. So in here I'm going to make up something. Maybe copy this and come right down here, paste that in there. I'm just going to change this font. Let's come in here and enter, or go type. Yeah, that's fine. Go on type. All right, and the message, let me grab this, copy all of this, and I'm going to get rid of these, paste that in here, and all you just need to do is to say dot create underscore text there. And the other important thing that we need to do is wherever the coordinate is going to be, I'm going to make my, let's say 1000 by 50, and I also want to change the font, so I'm going to say fonts equals, can make that a little bit bold. Let's say Viden, comma, I'm going to make it, let's say 50, comma, and that is going to be bold. Close that. Let's see and make sure there's no error there. And what do I want in there? The text that I want in there. I'm going to change the text. Let's say comma text equals working with canvas. That's all. I think I've done it. Yeah, I think so. Right. No, there's a comma there, and there's a comma here as well. Missing out a comma. What is am I missing now? Before I call it, that is fine. Okay, I'm going to call this inside type. I think I call that type where I have the help. There we go. So it's going to be comma command equals self dot go type. So run. Let's see. Go to help. We want to type. Yes, you can. Look at that. Let's move it in a little bit. Instead of 1000, let's go back here, and where is it? Somewhere here. I'm gonna make it about 800. Yeah. Run. And I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that's not bad. Working with canvas. I think this should be uppercase. And 700. So with that, guys, I'm going to be calling it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. I know it's a little bit long, but guess what? It's a very nice tutorial for us all to learn. I've learned a great deal, and I believe you guys have learned a great deal as well. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. You all have a nice day, and thanks for watching. And I'll be very pleased if you guys can join and become a member of the channel. And thanks for your support, and bye for now.